Alrighty guys, so we are back. Let's get into this game, and this time Madlife is going to be playing Thresh, it looks like, and he's actually on his Smurf account this game. So he is playing on an account called Groove, and this is his Smurf account. His Smurf account is still in Challenger, so another Challenger Korean game from Madlife, and it looks like there's a little invade coming in here.
Oh yeah, I mean, this invade could be really good right now. We got a 5-man stack in that bottom bush. This could be brutal, and they're actually just going to barely avoid crossing with this blitzcrank.
30 seconds until
Yeah, and it looks like Madlife and his team are going to have, like, they just want blood early.
Oh, they're going in. There's the stun card. Oh, they are going to get on the Draven. He doesn't have flag and drag because he's not level 2, but Amumu's in trouble. There's the flash. Ooh, the ghost. He's got the gold card. Amumu doesn't have flash. There's the flash spray coming out from Groove, and Amumu is going to get picked up here. Oh, the hook, though, is going to land on the TF. They try and turn it, but they're not going to get anything.
Yeah, that was a really good invade there at the beginning of the game. Just really well played, and I mean, I wouldn't have been expecting that if I was on the blue team there. But yeah, that was just really solid. So it actually looks like they're finding Nid's gonna find the Lulu.
Yeah, this Lulu versus Nid doing some trading, but GF is on the way. There's the gold card. She can't quite get to the bush in time. Is going to get stunned. There's the slow, but she's going to try and turn this around with a knight, and Auto is going to pick up that kill. Flashes over the wall. Twisted fake and a flash behind with the blue card, picking that one up. But Katarina turning now, going to do as much damage as she can, but she's not going to pick him up. Is going to make him blow some pots, though.
Yeah, alright, so let's watch the bot lane now for a little bit because, hey, this game is about Madlife. Madlife is on Thresh this game, and this is the champion that he's known for. His hooks are phenomenal on Thresh, so I'm expecting a pretty exciting game here.
Oh, I mean, that's his thing, man. As you said, this Thresh is his baby, man. So I'm really excited to see it, and I'm also kind of surprised. Usually, you'd see a Deep Terror Thresh coming out from Madlife. That's like his favorite skin. But I guess on his alternate account, he hasn't purchased any skins. And as we said, this is his alt account, Groove. However, he is Challenger on it.
Yeah, so as far as the spot lane goes, the Draven and the Kog'Maw, both really strong AD carries. But the thing with the Kog'Maw is he's going to scale really well into the late game no matter what. But the Draven, he needs to get some passive stacks in order to get into the game. So it's really this lane is really going to be determined on whether or not they can kill Draven first or whether or not Draven's going to get that first kill. Because if they can get that first kill on Draven, he's going to lose half of his stacks and really be shut down hard. And that's one of the reasons why Draven doesn't get played in the LCS that much. Just because he can get shut down by not getting kills, whereas other AD carries will do really well just by farming really hard.
I mean, Draven has some of the highest base damage in the game, late game, once he gets his items, and his passive is going to help him scale to that point. But if he gets shut down, as we talked about, if he gets camped, he's never going to get there because his innate escape just makes him run fast, and that's all it does.
Yeah, and the thing about passive, Draven's passive now, is it's completely reliant off of getting kills. It doesn't actually give any benefit until you pick up a kill. So kills are so necessary for Draven, but Draven's a really strong champion, and he's definitely a champion that's good at picking up those kills in lane.
Oh yeah, I mean, he does a ton of damage. Once they get this blitz hook, that's all they need. I mean, once they get it, it's basically GG.
Yeah, and Nidalee actually picked up a kill for the blue team, and Madlife actually gets pulled.
Ooh, there's the hook. Groove might be in trouble. A flash knock of Ignite being drawn. Draven trying to get a kill, but he's going to drop Exhaust. Groove running right now, doing his best. Madlife trying to get out of this one, but oh no, one more punch. Didn't give the Adoration stacks to Draven.
Yes, so luckily the kill did go to Blitzcrank. That's so good for the outcome of this lane. The fact that Draven did not get the kill, he got the assist, means he does not get the stacks, he does not get the extra kill gold that he would have otherwise. So even though it was overall a bad thing that Madlife died, obviously, it's always bad when you die, it's good that Draven isn't the one who picked up the kill.
Yeah, 100%. And if Draven had picked it up, that could be extremely bad for that bot lane. Because Draven already up a wave, having that kill and his adoration stacks would basically be over for Kog'Maw. Since right now, Kog'Maw, until he starts to level up, has about the same range as Draven, which is a big comp for him. But Jarvan right now coming by. Oh, he gets stunned by a Mumu. He's going to flag and drag out of that one, though. A very nice flag and drag.
Madlife dodges the blitz hook and lands a hook of his own, and it looks like the fight's going to keep on going.
Yeah, Mumu like a team down here, and oh, there's a flag and drag coming out from Jarvan right now, doing a lot of damage to that Mumu. He is going to get picked up right now. A play is going to send Blitzcrank backwards. We're going to see some damage come out from Kog'Maw, but just not quite enough.
Wow, and in this top lane, so much damage coming out from the Nidalee, but Nidalee tries to dive and just can't pick up the kill there.
Yeah, I mean, that was really impressive play by Lulu, a really strong outplay on that one. But that bot lane, man, I mean, the way that Madlife dodged the hook, and then Jarvan flag and drag just to get straight out of the fight before they re-engage was very impressive team coordination there. And that's something that you see pretty often in a Korean solo queue is actually teamwork. As we saw in that last game, I mean, that lantern being dropped to teleport to, really big deal.
Yeah, most definitely. So, let's look at the other lanes really fast. And, wow, actually an engage in the top lane, but man, they're skirmishing so often in this bottom lane as well. The health bars are never at full.
Yeah, I mean, the bot lanes are going to be super aggro into Korea. That's the style they play. And wow, look at that hook coming down. The play going to send Draven backwards. Thomas trying to get some damage. Stand aside is going to come out. Draven running out of that one.
Yeah, that was a really good hook there by Madlife onto Draven, but sadly they just don't have the damage yet to capitalize on it, but they are going to put him out of lane. And that's something that a lot of people don't appreciate enough. You don't always need to get the kill. Sometimes just getting the harass down and forcing your lane opponent to go back is almost as good, and it's definitely better than diving and trading for a 1-for-1, because every time that you get your opponent to back, it's time that you have to get ahead and farm. It's time that you have to get ahead in experience, and it's going to allow you to win the next fight. Whereas if you just dive in 1-for-1, then neither of you getting farm, both of you guys got the same amount of gold for kills, and you don't actually go ahead at all. So just something to think about. Maybe you should dive the tower the next time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you see the upper echelons of play. You're going to see people push the wave into the tower when their enemy's gone. And they're doing that because they're denying all of those minions to the enemy and resetting the wave at the same time, meaning they have the advantage by doing it.
Yeah, sorry, I had a little bit of problem with my overlay there for a second, but yeah, it looks like Blitzcrank is actually roaming to the mid lane, but he misses his hook, so nice dodge there by the TF. And Madlife's coming down to the bottom, and he might try to make a play onto the Draven.
Yeah, there he is. He is coming down. Draven in big trouble, flaying him backwards, dropping the Langer for that J4. Exhausting out as well. I mean, this is almost overkill. A flash coming out, but he's going to death send and drag him right back into that one, and they give the kill to Kog'Maw.
Yeah, one thing that I want to point out there is how long Madlife waited to land the hook. He didn't just come around the corner and land the hook. He actually waited until it was necessary. And patience is one of those things that a lot of supports don't have.
Oh, what a hook, but he's going to flash it. There's the Curse of Sad Mummy coming out, though, dropping that gold card, but he is definitely screwed right now. Amumu trying on him, and oh, there's the flash coming down to pick him up.
Yeah, so just a few more words on what I was saying before. The fact that, like, oftentimes as a support player or as a League of Legends player in general, people think, wow, if I can just land skill shots, it means I have good mechanics. But mechanics is so much more than being able to aim skill shots. It's also having the patience to be able to wait until you know that your skill shot is gonna land. So in that engage that they had on Draven in the bot lane just a few seconds ago, and actually another engage coming out to interrupt him.
Speaking of engage, there it is, going to hook him into his own plane and backwards. Kog'Maw getting forward into as much damage as he can, but Blitzcrank going to pull him right back out. Now they are going to turn to Blitzcrank right here. But Amumu's down there. We're going to see the TFO come down as well. This could be a 3v3 fight. Draven putting out as much damage as he can. He goes very low, but not quite. Madlife getting hooked and he goes low, but the heal's dropping. Meanwhile, Cat trying to run. We're going to see Jarvan is out of mana. He doesn't have enough of the flying drive, but one auto, and he turns immediately for the death sentence. Grabbing that Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank has to flash over the wall. I mean, what a close call for that Blitz and Draven.
Yeah, Madlife, I don't know if he's missed one hook yet this game. I'm pretty sure he's landed every single hook. Just so phenomenal. Like, the play is so impressive. It makes me want to pick up and play more Thresh games.
I mean, it makes me want to be Korean, man. Like, I wish I could witness this. I wish I could be a part of this, but you know, obviously, I gotta stick to that NA server. Oh, but wow, look at that hook over the wall, denying him that pink ward. Is gonna cry on him, but just not fast enough to chase that one down, because he hasn't fought in a long time.
Yeah, man. Why me no be Korean? Me want be Korean. Oh gosh. But in this mid lane, or I mean in the top lane actually, the Lulu has been coming back really well because she was really far behind early on, but now she's actually ahead by farm by over 10, almost like 15 farm now. So a really nice comeback by the Lulu, and Madlife on this Thresh just clearing some wards, setting down his pinks, and just keeping that vision control. He does such a phenomenal job making sure that his side of the jungle is always clear of enemy wards, and that's another thing a lot of supports can work on. Even in high challenger and NA, a lot of supports just don't roam enough, and actually Blitzcrank's gonna land a hook on him.
Yeah, Blitzcrank pulling Madlife now over the wall. Madlife doesn't really care, just gonna flame in there. We're gonna see the pink ward being dropped. Not so sure about that one. Why do you think he did that?
He dropped the pink ward because sometimes if you're A-clicking, as an AD carry, oftentimes what you do, especially if you're kiting, you'll click onto an enemy, and then you'll click to move, then you'll A-click, then you'll click to move, then you'll A-click. And actually an engage coming down, I'll finish it in a second.
Oh, wow. I mean, that was a pretty good disengage, because that Blitz took did a lot of damage, especially when he tried to win the Draven on that Kongma, but they did get out A-OK. In the top lane, though, Nadali might not be the same. He's going to flash the flag and drive, but man, Lulu and Jarvan with a red buff, you can't escape that. Oh, but there's the hook on the Madlife. He's going to drop his goal and an exhaust on the Draven. Kongma putting out long damage, and he's dead. That is his own back. He's going to drop the shield to barely survive, but Draven picking him up. Kongma, though, turning for that blitz. I mean, the execution for Madlife there. The play was so good.
Wow, there's so much action here, I can't even finish talking about.
Of course you can, because he's going to rope in and drop the curse, giving the kill to that Katarina.
Wow, like the plays on both sides, the jungle ganks. Like, do you see jungle ganks like that? I definitely don't in Platinum. Just really well played.
Even in Diamond, I don't see anything this good. Or even close, I mean, when he's Challenger, but wow, Jarvan dropping the Cataclysm because he saw Mumu tanking the tower. Cat, though, gonna drop a ward and hop to it in the blink of an eye, making that a 1-for-1 plus an assist.
Wow, alright, so now the action has calmed down a little bit. Let me finish talking about why Madlife set down that pink ward, because it's actually a really smart play. So when an AD carry is A-clicking, it means that they'll automatically attack the closest enemy. So if you're clicking A-clicking, it makes it easier to auto-attack while constantly moving. But when Thresh sets down that pink ward, it means that an auto-attack will actually hit the pink ward instead of him. So you can stop one auto-attack from an enemy AD carry if they're A-clicking, because it always attacks the closest target, one auto will go to the ward, and sometimes it can save your life.
Wow, yeah, I didn't even think about that. That was pretty smart then. I thought it was like a panic ward, but I should have known better, not from godlike there is no panic wards.
Yeah, so it looks like the Jarvan's giving the blue buff to this Twisted Fate, and the Mummy's farming his jungle as well. So overall farm-wise, the Kog'Maw is ahead of this Draven by about 13 CS, which is a decent lead. Nothing unsurmountable though, for sure. But what is unsurmountable is the fact that you're playing up against Madlife.
I mean, yeah, how can you beat that? But I guess mid-only, going into that top lane, look at the damage coming out from Lulu. That's why Lulu is such a prominent top right now. I mean, crazy. There's nothing you can do against her.
Yeah, and we see a little bit of ward setting. That's another thing that you... Oh my gosh, he still clears the ward. That's another thing you don't see in a solo queue very often, and unless you're looking at the very top of Challenger, is those wards set in lane.
Ooh, flag and drag going in, and there's the Cataclysm while dodging the rope. There's the side moment coming down, and Jarvan still taking that tower, but thanks to the wild growth, he might live, maybe not. A Mumu sliding behind with the tears. The shield barely keeping it alive. He's gonna flag and drag right out of that one. Mumu, you got baited, bro. But Katarina's back up there, and Lulu is out of mana. Gonna drop that Zonius. TF gonna throw the stun card. Doing a lot of damage to Katarina, and wow! The flash coming out from Lulu. We're gonna see a flash damage coming out from Katarina as well. In the bottom lane, though, there's the hook straight into that Thresh ultimate. Madlife, man, what a god. Draven, though, is gonna live. That's gonna be a killing spree going to Kog'Maw.
This game is so exciting as Madlife flanks behind the Draven.
Oh my god, he flashes behind. There's the play. Draven tries to do damage, but he just gets gets manhandled by Madlife. You don't get to do damage to Madlife's AD carry.
Yeah, Madlife's like, bro, you want to auto attack? How about you just come to me, baby? Come to me. Oh man, the action in this game is just phenomenal. This is something that makes solo queue so exciting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, this is intense, and wow, look at that exhaust. Oh, the first death sentence I've seen him miss all game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is actually the first hook that Madlife missed this entire game. But it looks like Nidalee isn't done yet. She wants some blood. She's
down for blood, but there's no way she's gonna get it.
Yeah, she's not gonna dive that tower. I mean, you know if you dive that tower, Madlife's just gonna hook you and you're gonna die. So overall, the gold count right now is still relatively close. Yes, Madlife's team is ahead by a little over 3K. I think it's like 3.4K or 3.6K, something like that. But still really, really close here. And Madlife's pink ward that he set down literally like 10 minutes ago still getting clears, as just ensuring that his team's jungle is always clear by making sure he has those pinks down, making sure he's constantly clearing. And another thing that is really cool about Korean solo queue is how fast members pick up the sweeping lens. Jarvan already has sweeping lens, TF already has sweeping lens, and obviously Madlife has sweeping lens as well. And just that sweeping just allows for so much map control.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, and usually they get it around the time that Sight Ward is picked up by their support, which of course, you know, happens to be in Madlife in this game. And as soon as that's picked up, they all start to trade out for those red trinkets, and it just makes a big difference. And it looks like 5 of them are going to be just shooting this dragon here.
Yeah, so the dragon does go in favor of Madlife's team, so a good pickup there, and it extends the gold lead a little bit. But really, this game is going to be really determined now based off of how these next few team fights are going to go. As Blitz actually lands a hook.
There's the hook. Oh, there's going for the Christmas time. Mommy gonna attack 4 people now, and Shine going in too. Wow, look at the AoE damage coming out with the double kill. Jarvis dropping that cataclysm, trying to make it easy for Thought when he's doing damage, but Lumen's just gonna roll him off the turret. That's gonna be a triple kill for Cat, and another pickup on the Kog'Maw. What an ace! I mean, that fight lasted like 15 seconds, and they got 5 kills.
Wow, talking about being ahead, but the game being determined on this next team fight. The goal difference there absolutely had no impact on who won that fight, as Katarina and Amumu just completely melted the entire team together. That wombo combo of the Amumu ultimate and the Katarina ultimate is so strong. And sadly, Madlife's team just got wrecked there. But now the gold lead is like pretty much even. Like, even though they lost that team fight really bad, the game is still really close. And I have a feeling the next team fight might not go the same way. I mean, it's really going to be determined on whether or not Madlife can hit a clutch hook on like Draven or Katarina or maybe even Nidalee. Because if Madlife can land a hook for this next team fight and they can kill someone early, then I think Madlife's team has a really big chance of winning the next team fight. The reason why that team fight went so far in favor of the enemy team was because Blitzcrank just landed a phenomenal hook at the beginning, and it was pretty much a 4v5 fight because of that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, Blitzcrank had a great hook, and Amumu, his grab was so good, followed by that 4-man curse to Sad Mummy, and even Nidalee trying to run from this one. It looks like there's the flash. He's gonna play him backwards, and oh, there's the Decisive dragging him in. Lulu, are you gonna get enough damage off? He's so close. Nidalee though pouncing away. Nidalee looks like gonna live to see another day on this one, but Lulu on the other hand might not. There's Blitzcrank going in. Oh, she gets it with the whimsy. Wild growth being dropped, but she is gonna get hooked backwards. She's waiting. Can she even lantern? No, Blitzcrank was standing on it. Draven dropping that elbow coming from the side now, doing a lot of damage to that Kog'Maw. Great positioning by him, but there's the hook. Oh no, Katarina exhausted, but she's gonna drop that Zonius. Now she's gonna Zuko back to her teammate Draven, flashing out of that Jarvan cataclysm, and that is gonna be a pickup on the Jarvan. I mean, wow, the play coming out from Blue is very impressive, but there's the gold card. Kog'Maw turning this one down first, shut down with TF. Draven is very low. Oh no, he walks into the Kog'Maw. Oh, that is gonna be a pickup for Big Bad Amumu. Straight in the fight now. He misses his turn to the side on the Kog'Maw. What kind waiting, and that is going to be nearly an ace. Only survivor, Mid-Ollie.
Wow, I have to say that at the beginning, before that fight even started, Madlife landed a phenomenal hook onto the Nidalee, and then he landed a really nice hook onto the Katarina as well, which forced Katarina to blow her Zhonya's, and then after her Zhonya was down, she was just so vulnerable to the damage. So that hook was really, really good from Madlife, and I think that's the reason they won that fight. The fact that Katarina had to blow her Zhonya's, and because of that she died and wasn't able to get down the damage that she needed for the enemy team to win that fight. So well played by Madlife. Well played as well by Kog'Maw. He was able to dish out a lot of damage there.
Yeah, I mean, Kog'Maw really just showing me how powerful the orb walk is right there. I mean, no one could touch him. Draven did a pretty good job at the very beginning, but then he did get picked up because his flash was forced by the Jarvan passive. Jarvan basically sacrificed himself for 3 flashes, which was very impressive. But because of that, Kog'Maw was able to clank down everyone. I mean, he even dodged Curse the Sad Mummy, which honestly is a very hard ability to dodge.
Yeah, the mechanics in this game are just completely phenomenal. Like, Korean Challenger, if I was forced to play with these guys, I would probably like have to cry myself to sleep for like 3 months just playing one game with them. Like, they dodge all of the skill shots so well, they engage so well, they position really well. It's really phenomenal play by both teams, but man, it still sucks when Madlife's on the other team with Thresh.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Thresh, that is brutal. And now it looks like Nid and TF going to do some trading. And man, look at that damage coming out from the new Bruiser Nid. Ghost being blown by TF is going to try and dodge any spear. Draven doesn't quite go far enough to actually tag him. That was kind of questionable.
Yeah, Madlife actually stood in the way there. It might have been lucky, but the ult actually hit Madlife's Thresh, which stopped it from going all the way up to the TF. So, I don't know if he was purposely saving his mid laner there, but he did save his mid laner.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
So it looks like the blue team is pushing into Madlife's team's jungle right now, and they might be looking to get a bottom tower here, or they might be looking to just get a catch with a Blitzball. So I'm sure that a fight's going to be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, because there's just a lot of pressure coming down on this tier 2 tower right now from blue team. But they are behind on gold. They're down 3k, so I don't know how good a dive is going to go for them.
Yeah, I think what they're really looking for here is the Blitz pull. If Blitz can land a pull onto one of Madlife's team members here, like a pull on TF or a pull on Kog'Maw, that's how they're going to win the fight. But unless they hit that pull, I really don't see Madlife's team losing a team fight.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. Or, you know, as we talked about, that Curse of the Sad Mummy. I mean, man, if you can ever tag 4 people with an ult like that, you've basically secured the fight for your team.
Yeah, that's true as well. If they can possibly pop this, oh my gosh, I just forgot the Banshee's Veil on the Jarvan, then they could get a 5-man ult, and that would be really good. But I have to give it to this enemy team, this blue team here. They're doing a phenomenal job. Look how many wards are in Madlife's team's jungle right now.
Yeah, I mean, that is an insane amount of wars, and they actually just burned the Destiny for free on that one by waiting to start the Dragon. Very impressive play. And oh, there's a Flagon Strike coming in from Jarvan. He's going to catapult into that one. We're going to see the Destiny go down on the move. Just like 3 getting Curse the Sad Mummy. Jarvan is going to drop. You're going to see the bonus drop from TF. He's very low, though. He's going to get picked up as well. Madlife and his crew definitely have to back out of this one. Lulu going to drop that Glitter Lance, bringing the slow down, and we are going to see a chase come over here. Oh, and a beautiful death sentence. Nidali is out of mana. Kog'Maw knows better than to try and kill her, though.
Yeah, and Jarvan actually successfully stole the dragon there. So even though it was a 2-for-1, overall, Madlife's team actually goes ahead from that team fight because they were able to pick up that dragon. So it was a 2-for-1 but with dragon going to Madlife's team. So overall, that was actually a phenomenal steal by Moon He Shak, Madlife's jungle.
Yeah, you know, very well played. A really, really great just all-in by him. And at first I thought it was scary, and it was scary, but, you know, he really brought it back.
Yeah, and man, this game is so close, as the gold lead is just barely staying in favor of Madlife's team here. And by the way, for anyone just joining, Madlife is playing on a Smurf account right now. The Smurf account is in Challenger. It's not as high as his main account. I believe his main account is like Calendar 600 LP, but the Smurf is Challenger and it's Groove. So if you're wondering why Madlife's name is Groove, that is why. But man, so they're ahead right now by 3.3k, which is such a small gold lead at 25 minutes when both teams have over 40k. And this game right now is like so dependent really on the supports. Is Blitzcrank going to be able to hit the first pull, or is Madlife going to be able to hit the pull?
Ooh, it's going to be Madlife. Thanks to that Destiny by DS and the yellow by Katarina going into, wow, look at the damage. Instant play coming out as well as the Zonius. One he sucks is going to pick that one up. Destiny though is going to miss that cat. Ignite things off into the flash play. One more auto from Lulu is going to be enough. And Lulu's broken in there, dropping that 3-man through to the side. Mummy is all doing as much damage as you can. It's Raven straight into the fight. Head first is going to be picked up. There's the flag and drive from Jarvis. Red card following him all the way. There's the ace. What a play. What an engage.
Yeah, wow, that was a phenomenal ultimate coming out by Tia. And then a phenomenal hook coming out from Madlife. Now, Madlife did die in that team fight, but I just have to point out what clutch move he made in that team fight. As soon as Katarina jumped in and started ulting, Madlife filleted Katarina, instantly interrupting Katarina's ultimate, and overall winning them that team fight in the end. And they're probably going to pick up a Baron here as well. Just a really good job by Madlife making sure the enemy mid laner on the Katarina couldn't deal that damage with her ultimate.
Oh, completely. I mean, that was insane. And, you know, TF would have probably died. I mean, he went so low in just a split second from Katarina that without that play, he would have died before he even popped his Zonius, because the play did happen about a quarter of a second before the Zonius was popped. And TF already had like 10% HP.
Yeah, and Blitzcrank doing a good job just clearing wards here, clearing all the pinks. But man, it's just the mechanics on these teams, the engages. It's so phenomenal. So now they have Barons. They have about a 7k gold lead here. So I'm guessing that they're now going to go from the defensive, and Madlife and team are going to try and start pushing for some towers here.
Definitely. I mean, they have a really good engage between putting Whimsy on Jarvan, having him flying and driving into that one, then Wild Growth. That's a good engage. Of course, the Thresh Death Sentence is a great engage. And PS Destiny, as we saw, is another good engage. So they have a lot of good ways to get in. At the same time, though, Blitzcrank hook, a Mumu ult, and Katarina ult combo is pretty brutal, too. So they have to be a little bit careful about overextending and taking all that damage to the face.
Yeah, and they also have to watch for this Nidalee, who's split pushing top right now. So even though they are getting these towers in mid lane, they're losing towers in their top lane as they're pushing.
That's true, and wow, this has always puts out so much damage, but there's a hook and a flagging drag. Blitzcrank goes very well. He's gonna drop his ultimate and zoom straight out of that one. The Mover, though, gonna get caught in that cataclysm. Katarina goes in, she's gonna drop the ult, and immediately Zonius, because everyone was on her, tries to run, but there's the blazer. Take Destiny being dropped. Lulu going in for this Blitzcrank right now. He's gonna hook her. Mattia shows up right in front of him to pick him up. Nidalee, though, doing a good job split pushing, but at what cost?
Yeah, definitely. She's going to get the tower, and she's probably going to back right now, because if she doesn't back, they're going to end up losing the entire base here, and they might just lose the game. She's still split pushing, and the timers are long enough. I think Madlife's team is going to win the game right here.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it was a good call to send her top, but she should have backed before that fight broke out. Because, I mean, that was pretty insane. But, I mean, we've seen in both these Korean games, which is pretty exceptional, bloodbaths. I mean, these guys are not afraid to go ham. They always go ham, and even if they lose, they just farm back up. It's no big deal. I mean, that's a nearly 50 kill game in less than 30 minutes, and this is Challenger. When you watch the NA Challenger games, it's like first blood happens 14 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and I think that is partly because it is solo queue. It's not OGN or anything like that. So it is solo queue, which does mean that it is a little bit more bloodbath intensive. But I really have to give it to that Lulu in that team fight. That Lulu in that last team fight, yeah, Madlife did land a good hook on the Blitzcrank for the original engage. But this time it was Lulu that interrupted the Katarina ultimate. Katarina jumped into the enemy team, and Lulu instantly ulted, which knocked Katarina into the air, interrupting her ultimate, and that's why Katarina instantly Zonia's there. But it's just so phenomenal how well these players use their skills. The fillets wait for interrupts. The Lulu uses her ult for interrupts. They wait to use their skills until they know they're going to land. And the caliber of play is just really, really phenomenal.